What's going on, everybody? Scott here, and if you remember, back in February, Fortnite teased that they were going to add jetpacks into the game. Everybody was hyped, nobody knew what exactly they would do or how they would work, but then they ended up holding back and not releasing them due to it not being ready, much like the refund system. Epic, seriously, I'm stuck with the pink bunny forever. Give us back the refunds. Thank you. Anyway, the wait is finally over, and we now have jetpacks in the game. Now on top of that, they've also announced that they're going to be releasing backpacks into the game, just backpacks in general. Now the only thing that's really known about the backpacks being added into the game is that they take up an inventory slot, much like the jetpack. So if you were lucky enough to be playing really early when the update first hit this morning, then you may have ran across the backpack that's shown in the background footage. It's called the Eye of the Storm Tracker, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first picked it up, I had no clue what it was. Only jetpacks were mentioned in the patch notes. They talked about backpacks, but nothing was mentioned about another backpack. So you might actually see me jumping around a little bit, like trying to figure out why it won't work. Yeah, that's because it doesn't actually work. It was a completely different item. Not a jetpack in any way, shape, or form. I just didn't know that. On top of that, Epic pulled the item very fast, and then one of the community managers posted on the Fortnite BR subreddit that it is a backpack that they're actually working on. It was being tested, and it was not supposed to go in the game today. He also went on to say that they're not sure if this particular one will ever be added, but hopefully the people that got to play with it enjoyed it. Luckily enough, I was able to play with it for a short time, and I gotta say it was pretty freaking cool. Once I figured out exactly what it did, it blew my mind how big of an advantage you can have with this backpack in the game. So basically when it's equipped, you see where the storm circle is headed next. Well, this is a huge advantage, and while it does take a slot to use, I'm sure there are a ton of people that would actually use this over a healing or a weapon of some sort, just to kind of stay ahead of the storm. And you can see it in the background. I didn't play with it too long before I got killed, but it was still pretty cool that I actually got to play with it, especially since we don't know if it will actually be in the game anytime soon. So before I get into the jetpack gameplay, I just wanted to ask you guys in the comment section, since we know backpacks are coming, obviously a jetpack just gives you an aerial boost. It is quite a strategic item to have in your backpack, and the Eye of the Storm Tracker is the perfect example of an in-game advantage. Where do you guys think backpacks will go next? Like, what do you think Epic's actually going to do with them, or are there going to be more perk-related ones? Like, I could totally see a 10% more mats when equipped with a certain backpack, or minis doing like 30 shield instead of 25. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Is this something you'd actually want to see, or do you think it would be an unfair advantage to add even more RNG into the game? Alright, so on to the jetpack gameplay. Now, it took me about 15 games to actually find this item. So when I finally got my hands on it, I was very excited, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I knew that you would jump into the air and then basically double jump in order to propel yourself into the heavens, but I wasn't aware that there's not really that much mobility. You see, I just flew straight up onto the roof. It's pretty much what you're going to be able to do. You can strafe a tiny bit, but not too much, which is actually very smart. You wouldn't want to be able to just, fly through the air like you're in some type of futuristic Infinity War or whatever COD game. So I wanted to test what a hop rock and a jetpack would look like, and it's pretty much what you would expect. You're flying through the air, you're going extra high, and this person, I was just minding my own business, testing out some hop rocks and jetpacks, then they decided to shoot me. So what did I do? I flew through the air like a pterodactyl, and I got him. Now, in this particular case, I was lucky enough to have on the hop rock, which stopped me from taking fall damage. With the jetpack, you do go up. Now, when you're in the air, you do need to listen. The jetpack, you can hear the sounds, but you can also hear like these little beeps whenever you're ready to run out of charge. You ultimately have a full charge of gas for the backpack. You'll notice on the side of the actual item in my inventory, there's an area for where the gas is. I'm almost out of fuel at this point. But while you're in the air, you only have a certain amount of time before you plummet to the ground. If you're up too high, you will take fall damage and you will die. So everybody be aware of that when you're flying through the air thinking you're Superman. If you run out of charge, you are going to fall and die. It's happening to people left and right, so be careful. Now, one of the coolest things about the jetpack, in my opinion, is the little added mobility. you'll more than likely be tempted just to like zoom through the air because it is a very novel thing to have in Fortnite, especially since it's brand new in the game. But I would suggest conserve your fuel. I try to basically just use it for mobility purposes, and then the best thing to use it for, shotgun fights. You can't aim down sights while you're using the jetpack, so you're not gonna be able to snipe across maps or anything like that. But you can use a pump shotgun, and nothing is more satisfying than just jumping through the air. Someone sees you, they try to hit you, and it's not like Hop Rocks where there's somewhat of a determined pattern. You know, I'm sure once it's in the game for a little bit, people will be able to read better where exactly you're gonna fall and whatnot. You can go up higher, take your finger off the button just to do a quick drop down. It's very easy to sneak up on people with this thing, and then when they're trying to attack you back, use it to escape, and then most of the time they really have no clue what's going on. Like, if you'll notice this clip right now, I shoot the guy, he's like, oh, wait, where are you? And I just dropped down, popped him right in his head, and he was gone. And keep in mind, this was the first time that I've used the jetpack. I was actually lucky enough to find a second one off of the body of somebody I murdered, but I can only imagine what, you know, the pros are gonna be able to do with this thing. And we know that other backpacks are coming, but what we don't know is if they're going to have one backpack in rotation or if multiple different backpacks in use at one time. I know in the patch notes it says if you pick up another backpack, it will replace the one that you currently have in your inventory slots. So we don't know what's going to happen next with the backpacks that they're going to be putting into the game, but it's very interesting to see what exactly they're going to do with this. A lot of people were saying that the jetpacks were a limited time item. It's actually a limited use item from what I can understand, which is like shields, bandages, stuff like that. Once you use them, they're done. So remember, conserve your fuel, try to be smart, use it for mobility or sneaking up on somebody. Obviously in Fortnite, there's two different mechanics you have to rely on. Shooting and building. Some of us are strong shooters, some of us are strong builders. I'm mediocre at best at building, so for an item like this that I can actually gain leverage and gain mobility and height on top of people that are outbuilding me, it's a godsend. All in all, I think the jetpack is a really nice addition to the game. I know a lot of us give Epic crap for not fixing small bugs like I jump out of the battle bus and I'm facing a completely opposite direction of the one I jumped in, or stuff like that, but they keep moving forward with new additions to the game. It keeps it very fresh. It will basically ensure that the game doesn't just fall by the wayside. As long as Epic takes care of us as players, this game has so much potential. We give them crap. I came from TF2, so I know what good dev support looks like, and Epic has been very, very good to us. And seeing that they're all about taking risks and adding new stuff, involving things that aren't working, it makes me really happy for the future, and I think the game has such a high potential. And I mean, let's be honest, they just announced they're going to be giving people $100 million for competitive, which basically is more money for every competitive game out there. I have a video coming up about it. Check it out if you're into that. But all in all, it's a great item. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that the jetpack is OP. It could be viewed as OP. I see people asking for the fuel to be dropped and stuff like that. But I don't think it is insanely OP. I don't think it's OP at all, actually. I think in the right hands, it is the perfect piece of a well-oiled killing machine. You can use it to evade, you can use it to sneak attack people. It's a beautiful thing, but a lot of people that play the game, they're just gonna, you know, use it to fly in the air and try to like spam AR shots. If you're gonna use it, be smart, make sure you keep an eye on your gas, make sure you are timing yourself while you're in the air because you will take fall damage after the allotted air time runs out. Make sure you're good with your shotguns because you cannot hard scope in air. So if you do those things and you pay attention and you actually have some game sense to get your timing down, the jetpack can be, it can be insane. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I didn't think that the guided missile was OP either, and a lot of people said it was. It was obnoxious, it was annoying, and I'm sure people will say that about the jetpack as well, because let's be honest, it's gonna be annoying when someone falls from the sky and just shoots you in the head. You had no clue they were there whatsoever. But, good stuff. I'm glad Epic added it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel. Subscribe for more. And until next time, take it easy. Peace.
Sweet.